words of our Divine Mother from the book The Mother, Notes on the Way, Volume 11, page 307. Extracts from a conversation with some disciples. Mother spoke the first 4 paragraphs in English. Our Divine Mother says, "For centuries and centuries humanity has waited for this time. It is come, but it is difficult. I don't simply tell you that we are born here upon earth to rest and enjoy yourself. Now is not the time for that. We are here to prepare the way for the new creation. The body has some difficulties, so I can't be active, alas. It is not because I am old. I am not old. I am younger than most of you. If I am here inactive, it is because the body has given itself definitely to prepare for the transformation, but the consciousness is clear. We are here to work, not rest. Rest and enjoyment will come afterwards. Let us work here. So I have called you to tell you that. Take what you can. Do what you can. My help will be always with you. All sincere efforts will be helped to the maximum. It is the hour to be heroic. Heroism is not what is said to be. It is to become wholly unified, and the divine help will always be with those who have resolved to be heroic in full sincerity. You are here at this moment, that is to say upon earth, because you chose it at one time. You do not remember it anymore, but I know it. That is why you are here. Well, you must rise to the height of the task. You must strive. You must conquer all weaknesses and limitations. Above all, you must tell your ego. Your hour is gone. Our Divine Mother says, you must tell your ego, your hour is gone. We want a race that has no ego, that has in place of the ego the divine consciousness. It is which we want, the divine consciousness, which will allow the race to develop itself and the supramental being to take birth. If you believe that I am here because I am bound, it is not true. I am not bound. I am here because my body has been given for the first attempt at transformation. Sri Aurobindo told me so. Well, I am doing it. I do not wish anyone to do it for me because it is not very pleasant. But I do it willingly because of the results. Everybody will be able to benefit from it. I only ask one thing. Do not listen to the ego. Do not listen to the ego. If there is in one's heart, there is in your heart a sincere S for the divine, you will satisfy me completely. I don't need words. I need the sincere adhesion of your hearts. That's all. 12th April 1972. Our Divine Mother hands the disciple a card on which is printed her photograph and the following text. No human will can finally prevail against the divine's will. Let us put ourselves deliberately and exclusively on the side of the divine, and the victory is ultimately certain. These are the divine words of our Divine Mother. For this, our Divine Mother says, it is strange how human nature resists that. Ordinary human nature is such that it prefers defeat through its own will to victory gained otherwise. I am discovering things incredible. The depth of human stupidity is incredible. It is as though this force of which I have spoken was going down like that, and she gives a gesture of an imperceptible descent, deeper and deeper towards the subconscious. In the subconscious, there are things incredible. I am passing night after night seeing that, and the force goes down and down imperatively, and then the human subconscious cries out, oh, not yet, not so soon, and it is against that one must struggle. It is the general subconscious, and naturally the resistance brings about catastrophes, but then one says, just see how beneficial is our action. It brings catastrophes. It is incredible stupidity. One must remain clinging to the divine, don't you see? Has it not any good reason for itself? It says, just see where it leads, you see. It is not merely a resistance, it's powers. Yes, mother, I see it very clearly. I see it very clearly. It is really a perversity, says a child who's sitting in front of the mother, and then says, but one has the feeling that there's something which obeys nothing. For that, our Divine Mother says, no, there is only two. If one were able not to listen to the ego, it would be better. But if you listen, you have only to answer, I don't care all the while. You will make me a fool, I don't care. You will spoil all your work, I don't care. This is what you have to tell the ego. To all these perverse arguments, you answer, I don't care, says our Divine Mother. If you can have the experience that it is a divine who's doing everything, then with an unshakable faith, you say, all your arguments to the perverse actions, all your arguments have no value. The delight of the being with the divine, the consciousness of the divine surpasses everything, surpasses the creation, surpasses life, surpasses happiness, surpasses success, surpasses everything. And then our Divine Mother raises a finger that then everything is all right. There is an end of the thing. It is as though that was pushing into light, was forcing into light, into contact with this force. All the worst that there is in the nature, so that it may be ended. And then that clings to what in us was of goodwill. A moment does come when it is absolutely wonderful, but you pass through hours that are not pleasant. Then the child says, yes, mother, there are moments when one asks oneself if everything is not going to be swept away. Then our Divine Mother laughs and says, that is absurd. It is a resistance that will be wholly swept away. But, and then Mother goes within. Our Divine Mother says, I have more and more the feeling that there is only one way. It makes an amusing picture sit upon the mind. Keep quiet. That is the only way. Keep quiet. In the subconscious, there is a memory of the bygone pralayas. So it is in this memory that gives the feeling that everything will be dissolved, everything will collapse. But if one looks with the true light, it can be only a manifestation that will dissolve, and there will be a more beautiful manifestation. Theon has told me that this was the seventh, the last. I told Sri Aurobindo what Theon has said, and Sri Aurobindo agreed, because he said this one will see the transformation towards the supramental. But for that, the mind, our mind should fall silent. And that gives me always the feeling that a child is sitting on the head of the mind, playing, and then mother gives the gesture of a child beating with its legs on the head of the mind. If I could still draw a picture, it will be truly amazing. The mind, this fat earthly mind, and then mother puffs out her cheeks and says, which consider itself so important, so indispensable, and the child sitting on the head playing. It's very amusing. My child, we have no faith. As soon as one has faith, we say we want the divine life, yet we are afraid of it. But as soon as the fear goes away, we are sincere, everything changes truly. Then we say we do not want any more of this life, and mother laughs, and something is there that clings to it. It is so ridiculous. We cling to our old ideas, the old world which must disappear, and we are afraid. And the divine child seated on the head of the mind and playing, I wish I could draw this picture. It's wonderful. We are so stupid that we can come and say, and then mother says, assumes a tone of offended dignity. The divine is wrong. That's what we say. The divine is wrong. He should not do like that. That's what we keep saying every time. Then mother says, it is comical, my child. And then there is a silence. And then our Divine Mother says, the best remedy, that is to say the easiest way, is tell the divine what thou willest. What thou willest, in all sincerity. And then comes an understanding. Then you understand, because it is a divine will that has to be manifested on this earth. But we do not understand it mentally. And then mother touches her head and says, keep saying, let thy will be done, what thou willest. And when we say this, we are always under the divine guidance, under the golden force. And then we have a tremendous pressure which shows us, compels us towards the divine. And then we go into the divine, and all the catastrophes are just outside. We are in the divine arms of the Divine Mother. These are the divine words of our Divine Mother.
Namastasyai namo namaha. Namastasyai, namastasyai, namastasyai namo namaha.